I would think you were just so much, like, I'd be like, oh my god.
What do you mean so much?
Like, cause what do you mean? Like, you're very... Should have waited until we started recording. We've, like, both milled.
Just scoffing. Think of it as you're sitting with your two sisters and we're having a little pizza party and we're going to have a big old girly chat. So we're going to...
This is all I'm concerned with is the pizza. I know we're here to film a video, but I'm very happy about this situation.
And we have cookies. Like, I can't fucking wait.
You can't be sad if you've got jammies and a blankie and food. You know what I mean?
And a Jessie.
And a Jessie. So I suppose the fact that she's here is...
It's alright.
That looks horrible.
I can't eat cheese. So mine looks fucking miserable.
Well, I got the vegan cheese and it's actually quite good. Like, even there's vegan pepperoni on this as well.
So we have a mixture of questions for us and some, like, advicey kind of questions.
If anyone's wondering why we're in bed, I'm very, very, very heavily pregnant. I could technically go any point from next week and I just want to be cozy.
We don't need to explain while we're in bed.
Dude.
I used to film every video from bed.
In bed, though.
Yeah, oh, I suppose.
Yeah, we're not on the bed
right
now.
Yeah. Biggest regret, love/work. We're starting off strong.
Oh my god, my biggest regret. Now, I like to say that I don't have regrets because I learn from them, blah, blah, blah. But realistically, like, I once met a guy at a convention and moved across the world to live with him. And it was an awful relationship. Like, it was so traumatizing and so much of it I'm like blanked. Don't do that. Don't meet someone and move across the world when you barely know them. I remember arriving and he didn't even collect me from the airport. He sent an Uber.
It was just the beginning of...
Oh, he kept having like random girls back to the house, like his ex, and like, oh, the memories. It was horrific. And I think, we did talk for a while online beforehand, like a few months, but sure, like messaging, I don't know how much can you really learn about someone through a few messages. Like, you I think people can hide a lot.
Oh, they can hide so much, and you can pretend to be someone you're not.
Yeah.
I recently was listening to a podcast, and these girls were talking about how if they're talking to someone new, right, whatever they're interested in, so just say they're interested in the gym, that day, for no reason, they'll be like, oh yeah, I did a workout this morning. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's so easy. Like, I've done that before. You know?
Well, actually, when I was a teenager, I definitely feigned interest in bands that I didn't really know. I'd be like, oh yeah, I love them.
They were talking about music.
And I know like 2 songs. But like then as I got older, I wasn't so insecure to do that kind of thing, but it's definitely been done to me where people pretended so much that they were into like reading or anything that I liked. I was like, you're just full of shit. Or Harry Potter, and then they hadn't even seen it. I was like, you're such a loser.
Then we're in a relationship a year later and they're like, so what's going on here? My biggest regret would be love as well. So it was after my first big heartbreak.
Okay.
In my first relationship.
Was it a rebound?
Yeah, I'd say so, but like, so I was seeing him and he kept asking me to be his girlfriend and begging me, and I said no. I spent like 3 months saying no, and then one day he asked me and I just said yes because
to shut him up.
He was annoying.
Oh, Jessie. It doesn't sound bad. It's just the shit women have to deal with. Like, some men are very like relentless and they just won't take no for an answer.
He preyed on me in a very vulnerable time, and then he cheated
relationship
on me for the whole relationship. Like, make it make sense. Like, you begged me for 3 months and I finally say yes, and then you just, once you get me...
I'm not laughing at you, I'm just laughing at the fact that, like, why? Like, why? What's wrong with people about
So that's why I regret it, because it was just a shit show.
Yeah.
But yeah, no regrets and all that stuff. But all the regrets at the same time. This is an interesting question, and I feel like
Don't mind me. I'm just enjoying myself here. I'm also trying really hard not to chew loudly.
Really hard.
Really
you
hard.
Have any American there?
I've watched too many American cartoons.
What is sex like in a long-term relationship versus casual hookups?
Oh my god.
So different.
Really different.
Yeah.
Like, I think when it's casual hookups, like, there's a lot more, I don't know, there's an air of excitement about it, it's new, that kind of thing, but there's so much more stumbling around and just like not being satisfied, and you know what I mean? It's like
never being satisfied.
Yeah. Every single one of my worst sexual experiences was a casual hookup.
Yeah.
Like, and when it's in a long-term relationship, you learn about each other's bodies and you you know, obviously you get to practice a lot
of
stuff.
Emotional connection as well.
Yeah. And for women, I know especially, like, that enhances the actual pleasure of it. But yeah, it doesn't have the same novelty aspect and that kind of a thing.
Like, do you know the way it takes women so much longer to reach orgasm?
It's not even for me that it takes longer. It's just that there's a specific way it's done that, like, if the person knows how to do it, or, you know, because I can, if I'm wanting a quickie with myself, I can do it in 60 seconds.
So can I, but that's with a toy, no?
Yeah. Well, or the old-fashioned way.
No, if somebody...
It's quicker with a toy.
Yeah. I can do it really quickly with a toy as well, but I mean, if somebody's just, say, going down...
that takes a while.
Yeah, but my point is...
They have to be very committed to it.
I could never get to that level with a casual hookup.
No.
Because I couldn't have you down there for that long.
No.
I'd be like, just get out.
And you'd be trying to, at the same time as enjoying yourself, like, trying to show them what to do. And, and especially, like, a one-night stand. Just muck.
Oh,
like,
God.
To me, like... I think I used to still enjoy... I'd enjoy, like, the whole build-up to it. But then the act...
The thought
was more exciting than the act. Yeah.
Would your partner not be bothered knowing you masturbate instead of having sex with him? Speaking of masturbating, I would quickly just like to thank today's sponsor.
Segue.
So, as you guys know, Lello is my all-time favourite sex toy brand. And since we're coming up to Christmas now, there is no better gift than the gift of pleasure. If I was gifted a vibrator, I would be over the freaking moon. And this is why with every purchase above €179, Lello will be gifting you a free Sona. Sona is an OG Sonic clitoral massager, and this is the first toy I ever bought off Lello, and it's also the first toy that I ever reached orgasm with. So this baby has a very special place in my heart, but to this day she is still one of my go-tos, and she's still as good as the day I got her. Like, she is thriving over here. So you could literally treat yourself to a toy, and then you'd have a free toy to gift to someone else, or maybe you yourself want to have a couple of little options, which I also totally understand. I've worked with Lello quite a few times over the years, and I want to say this is the best deal they have ever offered. If you're wanting to take advantage of this deal but don't know what other toy you want to buy, I couldn't recommend the Lello Sela Cruise enough. So I feel like this is like an upgraded Sona. If you're a fan of the vibrators with the heads, which are personally one of my favourites. So as you can see, it has a much larger mouth than just, say, the Sona would. So the vibrations are spread with equal intensity across the whole area, so not just solely focusing on your clitoris, which will allow your orgasm to slowly build to a perfect intensity. It also has cruise control, which is absolutely insane. I love it. Which means it automatically increases intensity when pressed hard against your body, which allows for controlled and consistent pleasure. Like a cruise control vibrator, hello. I just love about these Lello toys. Like, as you see, I've had this, I want to say 6 years. I'm 24. Yeah, I got this when I was like 18 or something, and it's still good as new. Like, and Lello's toys, as you know, they're all made from premium silicone, so they are body safe, they're super easy to clean, they're also waterproof, so you can bring it into the bathroom. They come with little charging ports, so you don't need to worry about batteries or that, and you just charge it up, and the charge, let me tell you, it lasts. It really does last. It's not like you can only use it a couple times and you need to charge her up. No, mine goes for weeks. The Sela Cruise also has 8 different settings, so whatever you kind of like, they'll have something for you. As we know, orgasms have so many physical and mental health benefits, so I really do feel like it's one of them things that's worth investing in, and it's something that you're going to have for such a long time. Just make sure you order before the 15th of December to make sure that you get your toys in time. But thank you so much, Lello.
We're segueing back in now. I have been in that situation with certain partners in the past, and I think it was very much coming from insecurity. But now in like a, you know, solid adult relationship, you know, it's like why would you be intimidated by that? It's just an extra thing to throw in now and then, especially like, you know, you're not always together when you're in the mood.
But it's not instead of having sex, it's as well as having sex.
Yeah, you're entitled to have your own solo sex life as well as your sex life with your partner, as they are too. And I think that those things should be, you know, you can sometimes bring them together in those beautiful ways, but like those things should be, you know, separate and both respected, and you know what I mean? No way am I giving that up for anybody.
Oh my god, imagine. It's me or the vibrator. It's the vibrator.
People, if you've been in that situation, actually, like, comment below, because that does happen. And I've in a past experience, like, they were just like, oh, I feel like you could prefer that to me, or you would always go. Maybe that's more of a younger relationship thing. I don't know. Like,
I was just about to say, I feel like it is to do with maturing and getting older, but some people are against them in general. Do you know what I mean? Like, some people are intimidated.
Well, I suppose it's the same way some girls that I know personally. No, it's more that they don't like the thought of their partner watching porn and having a wank. Yeah. What's wrong with that? It's nothing to do with you.
I don't think it does have anything to do with age then. I think it is maybe just personal. It's just a personal thing. And fair enough, like,
moving on to the cookies. If you have a strong boundary, they smell so good. I suppose if you do have a boundary around that and all, as long as you're on the same page with your partner and one of you isn't like preventing them from doing something that brings them a lot of relaxation and joy. It's good for your mental health, it's good for your physical health. It's not something that
keeps you stressed out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the most important thing, is that you are both on the same page.
Yeah.
And that one person doesn't feel like they're having to compromise in such a big part of a big area of their life. Best activities to connect and get closer with an older sister, 6.5 years older. Now that we're both in our 20s, which does not involve drinking, 21 and quit at 19. Thought this was a really good question, like best activities to connect and get closer with. Because I feel like a lot of people, especially in Ireland, it mostly has to do with going out and getting pissed. So you know what I mean?
For me and you, it's crazy. Like, we were not that close until you started a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And then I think it's the fact that we sit down and talk like this. We also would do a bit of preparation before the video, and like we'd meet up and we'd catch up and we'd talk a lot. And I think like going for meals and going for a spa day,
cinema, walks, just like shopping in town, like you're dating, but you're not. Yeah, like you're going on a date, but sure, that's platonic like friend dates, sister date, like family dates. Like
I think that like approaching it just like you would with a friend.
Or even the way like when I
because you want to be friends, even though like we probably wouldn't be friends. We said that
was
before.
Actually another question.
Is it?
Would we be friends?
I think because we're very different and we're very different ages, different periods of life, but personality wise we're quite different. And like our biggest bonding thing has always been our sense of humor. Has always been like, but I want us to be friends. So that's why like when we do spend time together, it's very similar to the way I'd spend time with my friends.
Yeah, I think that as well though. Like when I come up here, you know, we'll sit up in the sitting room and have a big chat, like, you know, just say like everyone's gone to bed, DMCs. We'll stay up a bit later. So making a point to kind of do shit like that, because it would also be easy for me to come up here and us not do that. You know, if you didn't make a point to sit down and be like, right. And undivided attention, like not sitting there listening, looking at your phone, looking at the TV, like actually listening and like looking at each other kind of thing.
I'm making love to this pizza.
My boyfriend has been talking to his ex and had phone sex with her. I still love him, but everyone tells me I deserve better and should leave him.
Run.
I don't know what to do. Help.
Run. It's not even
phone sex.
It's not even that. It's just the disrespect for your relationship. It's the like absolutely no loyalty. I'm gathering that you're not in an open relationship. That's why I'm saying this.
If you did stay with him, you'd never get over that. You'd never forget about it like it would.
You'll be having nightmares about this.
Can I have 2 of these?
Of course. I'm not going to eat 3 cookies.
No, I thought maybe like Thomas or someone. Maybe.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. Oh, okay, of course.
Yeah, okay. You eat Thomas's cookie and you deal with that yourself.
So bad. Okay.
No more problem. Tips on forgiveness and not holding grudges.
Oh, it's so hard.
I feel like forgiveness is something you actually have to learn.
Yeah.
Like, because it doesn't just come.
No.
You have to actively choose to forgive. But also something that you need to remember is forgiving somebody
is not the same as forgetting.
But it's not for them, it's for you.
It's for you.
That's what is so important. And people often think it's for the other person, but it's not, because you're the one holding on to that anger and you're the one who it's going to affect. It's not affecting the other person.
Yeah.
So
I talked a fair bit with Mum about this. But like when I was a kid, I held a real bad grudge about like just like the divorce and stuff, like my parents divorcing. And when I got older then, I just realised like so many things that I just didn't understand when I was younger, and it was very much like a thing where I was like, it would have been involved with her forgiving me too for like the way I treated her, the way things I said to her. So it was like very much a two-way forgiveness thing. If one or both of us didn't kind of get there, I just feel like we would have just drifted and There just always would have been this awful, horrible tension then anytime I saw her and stuff like that. So I think that was like probably the biggest like process I went through with that though before. And then like my partner and I, like my husband and I, when we were kind of in the early days as well, certain things that like would have happened that are just like too personal to share online, you know, that we really had to like talk through and put behind us, and not, because it's when you say like you're forgiving someone but you keep dragging it up, keep throwing it in their face, it's not, you've not done the thing. Just don't say that you're forgiving someone if you're not, essentially.
Melanie,
what?
Oh my god, she doesn't eat the best bit of the pizza.
There's no garlic sauce.
You don't eat the crusts.
No, they're dry.
It's the best bit.
They're dry.
You take a bit while there's pizza bit still there, so you get a bit of pizza and a bit of crust.
Oh, sorry. Here, a pizza bit. Delicious.
What has been the most meaningful experience you've been through together? How do you feel it's shaped you? Probably our falling out.
Yeah.
What's meaning? Because I feel like
we had a big falling out, by the way. We didn't talk for months, like last year.
Yeah, I know, October 2020. Yeah, just as we spoke about before, like I genuinely do feel like, obviously after the initial period of us making up, but we have become so much closer from it.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's really shaped our relationship, and also that I can't see anything like that ever happening again because of it.
Yeah.
So I just feel like, yeah, probably the most meaningful.
And also that was very tied up with like the pandemic, and like everyone was going through so much.
Stress.
Like that affected everyone.
Yeah.
And everyone's relationships in such a significant way.
Yeah.
I know I don't want to call a pandemic meaningful, but you know what I mean? Like that situation has led to us, you know, finding a lot of meaning in things that happened, and kind of working through issues.
I'd say a lot of people though have experiences like that. So it was 2 years during the pandemic, like stuff happened in everyone's fucking life.
Oh my god.
It caused so much chaos for people. My boyfriend is great and I love him so much, but he has been in and out of work over the last couple of years, and always feels bad when I want to do certain dates, going to restaurants, visiting different cities, weekends away, because he can't easily pay, and as I have work I usually pay. Any advice? That's an interesting question.
Yeah, when I got with my husband, he had no money for a very long time. He still essentially does it because he's paying back a loan. Like, so for the start of our relationship especially, it was an issue on his end when I would want to pay for everything. Like I would want us to go to a hotel or a nice restaurant, and he was very much like, I want to be able to pay half of this, or like treat you to the odd thing. But he was a student, didn't have money, that was just the way it was. And I was like, well look, I can afford it, let me pay for it. I think eventually, like it took a lot of talk. I think men have that in their head where it's like,
it's bet into them,
where it's like, I have to be the one to pay, the
provider.
And it's a two-way street, and like, you know, sure, your partner like maybe eventually one time can get to a place where then he'll be able to bring you out and pay for your meals and stuff like that. But I think there's a lot of swallowing of pride when it comes to for guys. And it's important that they do, because why miss out on lovely experiences that you can afford when just because they can't, instead
of sitting at home. No, I totally agree. It's like that, as Mel
it hits their confidence though as well, the not working thing.
But it's how society has shaped the way they view them kind of things. I've not met one man who isn't like that. The fuck?
I thought it was a chocolate chip. It was a big lump of burn. Ew. Tastes like burnt rasher.
Maybe it was.
Oh, stop. No.
In a relationship with so many things, it's never 50-50. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Throughout the whole course of the relationship, and that's every area of your relationship. It's like that. It's like, you know, just say you're having a bad day. They might give 80% love that day. You might only give 20%. And it's like that with everything, so money included. So
it's like with the house, for example. Like, I feel like I do majority of like the housework stuff. But Thomas does loads of jobs that I don't want to do or can't do. Like, and even just stuff like, I don't know, bins and different like renovation things. And like, there's loads of things. He looks after all of the stuff to do with like banks or like our home insurance or like, you know, all that shite. Yeah. And I'm like, so what if I do most of the washing? And so what if I, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You each take your thing. Even when it comes to money, the way we've always looked at it is like, I've been the breadwinner kind of up until this point in our relationship, and there will be times where he will probably be the breadwinner when if I have like say another kid after this kid, and then I'm not working as much, and then after that then I'll go back to it, and then it'll be more 50-50. Like, you're taking turns. You can, you know, and also, kind of helping each other.
Aside from that, what a lot of couples even do in relationships is they split bills and rent, etc., depending on earnings. So if one person, and that's nothing to do with gender. So if you as a woman are earning 100k and the man is earning 30k, then the woman is paying, you know, a bit more, the rent, the food, the bills. So maybe even present it to him in some of these ways. You know what I mean? Like, maybe he just needs a bit of a different way of looking at it.
Yeah. And also just even with the, like, I definitely know what it's like to be with someone who's out of work, and it can really affect their mental health so bad. And I think it's something you do have to be quite sensitive about and understanding about, and just kind of like listen to their concerns and help them in any way you can. It's so, oh my god, it fucks men up. Something hard, like something hard.
Yeah, here we go. Would you be friends if you weren't family?
Alright. As we said, well, no, you can answer.
No.
We just wouldn't be, like, you
absolutely not.
There's no way our paths would even cross.
But even, like, just imagine, right? Imagine.
At a party.
Event,
talk. I would think you were just so much, like, I'd be like, oh my god.
What do you mean so much?
Like, cause what do you mean? Like, you're very, I know you're introvert, but at event, now maybe I'm thinking of, like, Jessie when she's had a few drinks.
No, but if you're also thinking about me at 18.
See, I haven't been to an event with you in a long time. I don't
know. You were thinking of me, like, 18 in Amsterdam.
Like, she was just so, like, hi! And I was just really like, oh, she's so much. She's so much.
For God, says you!
See, what am I, like, I feel like...
I think you just don't stop talking. It's like...
I'm very reserved now, though.
No, but, like, if we were out at, like, an event or a party...
Is this okay? Am I, like...
I'd be like, can I get a word?
Yeah, I do talk a lot. But I'm definitely very, like, reserved meeting new people now compared to the past.
Well, I've not seen you now.
Yeah, maybe, just maybe if we met at this age, maybe you would be. If we were sat across each other at, like, a dinner, like a PR dinner.
We could start laughing.
Maybe we could start having a chat. But I think with the age gap, like, I have no friends who are that young apart from Lucy. And, like, Lucy is just, like, really mature beyond her years. Like, she doesn't see... One of my friends, like... When I first met her, I could not believe when she told me her age. I was like, no, you're not. Like, and for the following few months, we were, like, glued to each other. She's, like, your age. She's the same age as you. And it was crazy. But none of my other friends are ever, like, younger than me usually, like, that much.
Yeah. And this question for you. What are you like, or what am I like as an auntie?
Very fun. She got here today and was just, like, chasing him around, and he was squealing.
What did he say? He goes, someone asked that, what does he call me?
Auntie Jessie.
Auntie Jessie.
Auntie Jessie.
Auntie Jessie.
Yeah. Like, I was spraying, he loves when I spray rose water on his face, because I'll do mine and then I'll do his, and then he goes, some for Auntie Jessie. I'm really excited though to see you with this baby, like, because she's going to be a girl, and, like, Jessie's going to be the godmother.
I wasn't around him that much when he was a baby because of lockdown. Yeah. How you both spent Christmas growing up versus now?
For me, it's, like, really similar. Like, I am obsessed with Christmas because our parents made a very big deal of Christmas.
But we would have had different experiences with Christmas growing up, because you obviously had your dad, and then...
My dad didn't make a big deal of Christmas, so it was Mum. Like, Mum had like the most elaborate Christmas trees. Used to collect decorations over the years. The whole house was like Santa's grotto, and then they made a huge deal of like the Santa presents morning and just the whole atmosphere and build up. And she'd always have like Christmas scented candles and all this kind of stuff. I don't think she's been as into it though in recent years.
She's not into it since we've not been kids.
Yeah, it was. I think the fact that there was kids around was what was.
Well, Christmas is for kids, obviously. Yeah. But I feel like I really struggled with Christmas when yous were then of an age where you would have Christmas with your dad, but I was still only like maybe 12, 11, 12, 13. You know, you're still like young.
Yeah, because we weren't living there anymore, and she was still like that kind of kid age.
And then you would take turns, like you'd spend one Christmas with your dad, and then I'd just be, I used to be so sad, because obviously like, do you know what I mean?
That makes me really sad.
I'm excited for Christmas this year. The last couple of years have been pretty miserable, just down to like some family things, but I am excited about Christmas this year.
We've got a Christmas tree coming.
I'm getting my first tree.
Yeah. Are you getting a real or fake?
Fake. Do you want to know why?
Why?
because I saw this thing. Someone got a real Christmas tree and then it had like an infestation of like spiders or something, and they all came into the whole house.
Don't talk about that.
Well, if you think it's a tree, you're bringing a real tree into the fucking house. I know. Think about it, Melanie. After your infestation of moths, you think this true.
Yeah, my house is full of living plants.
Yeah, but they're not going to start multiplying.
Sorry, don't mind me. I'm just sitting here with my big stained t-shirt and belly.
You don't have stains.
I do have stains. I spilled my food.
Loads of people ask this. Would you ever, or have you ever considered doing OnlyFans?
I remember when a friend of mine was working for OnlyFans, and she told me that a lot of OnlyFans accounts aren't actually like nude pictures and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But a lot of people were making a lot of money.
Just underwear and like what they post on Instagram.
No, like a lot of people just use OnlyFans as like a Patreon.
Oh yeah.
You know, like a thing where you just make content.
But then why not make a Patreon?
It's only for your fans. Yeah. No, because they're different platforms. But like OnlyFans, yeah, she showed me like the stats of like how many, like obviously a lot of the bigger accounts were like for nudes and stuff. Yeah, I remember then being like, oh, maybe, but then I couldn't get my head around the fact that it's the perception of OnlyFans is never going to change. Like it's always going to be known as like you go there for feet pics, or you go there for like, you know, full on
even if
dick
you
and balls.
Even if you weren't posting nude, people would think you were. Yeah.
So I wouldn't know. Like I remember thinking about it when she was saying all that, but then I was like, if I tell people I'm an OnlyFans, they'll think it's that.
Yeah.
You know, so I've considered Patreon though, but that's not a juicy enough conversation. Do you mean have I ever considered posting?
Obviously, that's what you just like. But you really go around about me.
I've posted like I did like an artsy nude that I posted on Instagram, and I've posted like over the years I've posted so many pictures in underwear.
If you
no, what I'm trying to get to the point is that like I feel comfortable posting in that regard. Whether I'm trying to celebrate my body, whether I'm trying to feel better about my body, like whatever it is, as comfortable as I feel, like I'll go to Instagram, but like I wouldn't, anything that I wouldn't feel comfortable putting on Instagram, I wouldn't put anywhere.
But what about
like remember me and you were like,
oh my god.
So Jessica accidentally almost put like a full on, like she was vlogging and her boob was fully visible,
tit.
And she didn't notice what she was editing, and she nearly put it in the video. But I did the same thing. I nearly put this clip of Thomas and my son massaging my back, and I was filming it like this, but you could see my nipples.
Her tits were hanging.
And you could just see my nipples, and I literally almost pressed post, and
mine was uploaded. It was going live in like less than an hour, and I just happened to skim through the video, and I went, "Oh my fucking god!" What's worse is that it was also sponsored, so the brand approving it could have got a fucking flash of a tit.
Oh god, yes, no. Oh, I'm having a Braxton Hicks.
But is anyone ever going to say that?
I saw you from my back.
I don't know.
No, it's down here. Braxton Hicks is just like when it cramps up and it's like really uncomfortable.
Sorry.
Oh no, he told us to say sorry, but I was like, it's like you were like rubbing my back, like you didn't know what
just
that meant.
Comfort, like I was showing comfort, yeah.
I was like, rub down here.
If you could each make 3 wishes on a genie lamp, what would you wish for? Wishes for yourself, not for the greater good. So they have to be for you.
Selfish wishes.
Yeah. I would say good health for the rest of my life, financial security, stability. And I would also say, my third one would be getting rid of all my mental health issues.
Oh,
that'd be so nice.
Imagine you could just go,
I
would definitely also do the health one and also the financial stability, because those are like 2 things that can just like play such havoc on your life. For the third one, just to be like a really good parent.
That's a way of kind of getting your family in without trying to see what you're doing.
I think, to just be content, I suppose. Like to just be content forever, you know?
Yeah.
Because like I've had a very content few years.
But you wouldn't know contentness if you didn't have.
Yeah, but I've had enough of the bad stuff. Okay. So I think, because I've been very content for the past few years, and I think like, because now when I have down days all the time, obviously everyone does, but I handle them so much better, and they don't completely take away the underbelly of contentness. Like it's nice. I used to think it was like you're happy or you're sad, and it's not. It's like there's just this, you know, solid, like fucking, I'm content. This is just grand. You know, and I love that. And I didn't have that for a very long time. And the thought of that going makes me want to cry.
Yeah. Hope you enjoyed.
I'm too full to keep talking. I can't even get cozy. I'm just like.
We literally ate the food in the first 5 minutes. Oh my god.
Can't get cozy. I'm so uncomfortable.
Yeah. You look uncomfortable.
We need to say farewell. Goodbye.
Farewell. We'll see you super soon. There's a video over on Mel's channel.
Oh yeah.
I'll leave that link below.